speech was written for an afternoon. But I'm going to say good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Shalom Mvarach. Sani bonani maneni, namana nekazi. Another incredibly successful advocacy seminar. Another notch in our belt. Proof positive of the power of dialogue, the power of negotiation, the power of communication, the power of education, and the power of a shared goal, a shared vision, a shared belief. Mr. Ben Swartz, the chairman of the South African Zionist Federation, founder of SAFI, and co-chairman of the South African Zionist Federation, all other protocol at this point, I am sure you will agree, observed. Honored guests, dignitaries, delegates of all our friends of Israel who have come here today with a hunger to learn about the experiences of the Holy Land of Israel and who joined us with a thirst for knowledge, which was undoubtedly quenched by our esteemed keynote speakers. All of us here today have shared an absolutely unique experience, one that has enriched and elevated us, which has given us hope and courage, and which has helped us clarify the way forward for our beloved Israel, surrounded as she currently is by so much hostility, antagonism, attempts to delegitimize her, demonize her, and discredit her, despite the incalculable benefits she has brought to mankind in the fields of medicine, agriculture, technology, and so many more, too far to mention. The Middle East is a cauldron of fire and brimstone, of conflict and terror, of brutality and bestiality, of hopelessness, despair and death. There are millions who have been displaced, thousands who have been tortured, murdered, beheaded by those without conscience or belief. But in the middle of this devastation, this is the only country that offers sanctuary and comfort to the Christian population. The only country where human rights are practiced and where women and children are respected. Your presence here bears witness to that. And we thank you for your faith and your dedication, for your time and your courage. We appreciate your courage. For your unwavering recognition of rightness and justice, and for your ideals and your convictions. We, representatives of the South African Friends of Israel and the South African Zionist Federation, extend our heartfelt thanks to all of those who have ensured the success of the event. And there are many of them. Not present at the moment, Ambassador to Israel after them, the Deputy Ambassador, Michael Freeman, both of whose passion for Israel comes across loud and clear in everything they say. Our superb guest speakers, each of whom had his own unique story to tell, and each of whom enthused the audience with the words and pictures that were painted in such glowing terms. Mr. Winton Stewart, who is an internationally acclaimed pro-Israel campus activist. Mr. Zev Ben Shachar, who is the Director of Israel Education at the highly prestigious Jerusalem University. And Mr. Shahar Azami, who is the Executive Director of Stand With Us in the United States of America. The three of you have delivered sterling orations today, all of which have left us with greater tools to be advocates for Israel then when we came in and have fanned the flames of our passion for Israel. It is because of people like you, men of great wisdom, that the Jewish state continues to flourish. You are all here today because you believe in the beauty and the benefits of a close relationship for the African continent with Israel. You acknowledge that there is so much that can be done to help us all, not just as South Africans, but as a global community. If we simply have the courage to stand on the side of truth, the side of God and the side of His holy land of Israel. For the most inspiring messages of hope and truth that you have been given today, we truly thank you. I would also like to extend my personal thanks to all of our workshop coordinators and educators. Olga Mesher, our Lion of the North, East, South and West, Our Lady Liberty, CEO of Daisy International, our heartfelt thanks. Mr. Riyad Hassoun, notable pro-Israel lecturer and prominent member of the Zionist Druze Association. Riyad, the former city manager of Dalit Karmiel municipality, his work on campus this week, his talk here today, outstanding. Riyad, our grateful thanks. Dr. Lydia Meshwe, wife of the Reverend Dr. Kenneth Meshwe, Member of Parliament, and co-founder of the Hope of Glory Tabernacle Church. Your presentation, which unfortunately I didn't get to, but had the privilege of seeing at 2 a.m. this morning on PowerPoint, must have been unbelievable for your audience. Mr. Chris Eden, the National Director of Bridges for Peace, an organization dedicated to the support of Christians who stand with Israel and who continue to build relationships between Christians and Jews in Israel and around the world. Our sincere thanks to you, Chris. We thank you all for your tireless efforts and dedication to coming to the aid of Israel and for educating us all today. All of you conduct yourselves as ambassadors of peace, love, truth, and an affirmation of God's will. Your talks were not just genuine and heartwarming, but also highly informative. Through your words, we were able to walk with you on your journeys, visit faraway places, and have taken away with us a once-in-a-lifetime experience. We would also like to thank Mighty Jamie, our Master of Ceremonies today. Who, as his name suggests, is a force to be reckoned with. On the debating circuit especially, when it comes to upholding the good name of a democratic society such as Israel. Mighty is a very close friend to us all, and a man of true integrity and ingrained goodness. I would also like to thank, on a personal note, and I know it was done earlier this morning, but to the professional staff of the South African Friends of Israel and the South African Zionist Federation. Nikki Raz, the National Director of the South African Zionist Federation, as well as her dedicated team of staff, Gabi Sachs, Froma Sachs, Lisa Peretz, Miriam Garb, Benji Shulman, David Lichtenstein, and Rodney Dorfman and Josh Trapido, who have all put in a lot of hard work and organisation so that we could have this amazing event today. It was the philosopher and scholar Herbert Spencer who once said, "The great aim of education is not knowledge, but action." In other words, what we have learned today is of no use if we have gained a wealth of information only to not share it with the rest of the world. And I ask you, take what you've had today and go out there and share it. Let's do an Obama. We can do it. It is our duty as good, honest and hard-working people to spread the message of today, which is one of peace, tolerance, ingenuity, and unity and coexistence of all races, religions and creeds, which exist in the only democracy in the Middle East region, Israel. The people that we have interacted with today have come here on a very special mission of good faith to help us become more effective advocates for Israel and to put us in touch with the organizations that can aid us in our mission. They have come to help us because they believe in us. They believe that within our country we can take back the narrative of what it means to be proud of Israel, of the importance of going to see Israel for yourself and not rely solely on mainstream media and hate groups for biased half-truths and misinformation. Each one of us today arrived here as lumps of clay. We leave here today molded by knowledge and forged in the fires of truth, and we are ready to make a difference. More than 450 years before the birth of Christ, Confucius said, "Enjikuzuwayo in Coca-Cola, enjikubonayo, Nechi kakumbulu, in kwezayu injikayu kwanda. Masibasinana seziwele, ukutu kumela senezi. Sibonile umkukmole, sikwenze nokuti singakufeza kajani. Manje sekisikati, sekuwenza futi, uma siyabumba, singakwenza kufumumela. What I hear, I forget. What I see, I remember. What I do, I understand. Let's do it together. We've heard what we have to do. We have seen what we need to do and how we can achieve it. Now is the time to do it, and together we can do it. Let's turn from spectators into participants. To all of our friends who have joined us today, that we know, and those that we have not yet met, we say to you, in Kandela, Ilodwa, Likanyisa, Indlu Yonke. Umgani Winquiniso. Unkayisa Impilo Yake Yonke. Nibonga Amalum Lambu. Obugani Baku Akanya Ba. A single candle can illuminate an entire room. A true friend lights up an entire lifetime. Thank you for the bright lights of your friendship. The lasting message of today's seminar that we must all take with us, the abiding memory of today, is one of unity, of how we all came together with purpose and determination to make a difference, to bring creativity to our task, to encourage one another to take the road less traveled and continue our journey with steadfast determination and resolution to predict a positive ending. We have it within all of us to grow and develop even more, to influence more people, to widen the circle of those who share our convictions. May we all be blessed to reap the fruits of our labors. God bless you all. I'd like to call on Mickey Bears to assist me with these presentations, to some of our international guests, and to our speakers who have hosted various workshops. I'd like to call on Shahar, Winton, and Zev to come to the podium, please, and Riyadh, please. So each of them is getting a giraffe to stroke because they didn't get a chance to do that in the Lion Park yesterday, and a certificate from Kerem Hayesod in Israel to each and every one of you. Thank you very, very much. Michael Jamie, Dr. Chris Eden,